Welcome back to part number 10 of my Imperator Rome playthrough here as the Bosporan Kingdom. Some time has passed since the ending of the last episode. I mentioned we were going to go and try to take out Colchis. I dropped a claim on Albania and it must have triggered Colchis to ally with him. Whatever the case is, I have my two fat legions here. There's quite a few forts, and Colchis is technologically more savvy than the Albanians. I may have gone overkill on these small merc stacks. I have a road building detail here, and then these tiny merc stacks headed over in this direction. I don't want any breakouts from these migratory tribes. And then maybe we'll go down here and mop this up. I have some cities that just got built. A lot of things going on simultaneously here. So, Moron here is mostly populated already, or at least halfway so, with some Bosporans that I've brought up from this area. It's highly populous. There are not nearly as many Bosporans there as there were, as I extracted, I think, as all the Bosporans from all of these territories, as detailed in the last episode, and brought them up here and put them in Kanat, which is surely mostly Bosporan. Here, mostly Bosporan-ish, mostly Bosporan. I completely populated all of these cities that had any capacity here with the Pops. Bosporans I brought up from our former tribal conquerings. This area here, and then deposited the rest here in Moron, and then ran out of Pops essentially. I need to move 22 Pops or thereabouts. I'm pretty sure I can dredge them up right in this area. It looks relatively green here as well, and then we'll get on with the war. About ready here. Let's just do it before any other entanglements occur. And that looks good. It should be a slaughter. If anything mildly interesting happens other than the slaughter, I'll let you know. Looks as though he has a fairly sizable legion with a decent troops as well. I assaulted this fort in a forced marching out there. I think he's going to ravage this city here. Well, that would count as mildly interesting. Apparently, we are no longer at war with the Albanians. Albanian revolt, other than we are. So, we're going to go right here and continue our quest. That's what we need here, some gold. I think I'm going to take a tradition. We are very near the top. Let's see what we have available. Army weight modifier is good. That is good, really. Let's see here. We can have siege ability there. Army weight modifier is, you know, not overly relevant for our well-supplied armies proper. But that fat stack that we hired to repulse Rome the last time around eats a lot of food, and if he goes into unsupplied territories, he could end up with some trouble. So I think that we can go here, and then the only reason for holding military experience is for morale, and there's morale right here, and we get more than we spend, so we'll take that as well. And then we won't be in danger of topping out for quite some time. I think we can peace out with all these combatants presently. What's that? Wonky peace agreement, but we'll take it. So we can take Colchis here, as well as what's left of Albania. We should be able to take all of it, and can, and will. Back to building. Looks like a volcano blue. It says something about the whole provenance, although I'm not really sure that that's true. It may just be this territory. Well, Alright, disbanded the levies. Have this unit headed back to Phasis. We'll get on board the Navy or our fleet and figure out something else to do. We have a fair clip of aggressive expansion, quite a bit of stability. The Temple of Artemis 0.8 tick helps. Suppose I could have done more due diligence to figure out whether that was the whole province or just the territory or whatever. Well, I think this road builder here has done his thing. As to whether, you know, we need to reinforce that for barbarians, that's about all that'll come of it. We have a road out here as far as really we need to get. We could carry on out here, but I don't really want to go out and deal with Parthia. And over here we have this other road building contingent. And I just go up to here, build a couple more roads, and then I think I'll stand them down as well. And get some more money in the bank. This should build road indeed. We should disband. We won't have to pay the upkeep any longer. And burn a little time. Let these guys mull about here in Phasis. Have a new city on the way. It is coming up very shortly here in Sabaranum. That's exactly where I'm going to get the pops from. I don't exactly know. There seemed to be some amount of pops to be had from this area here. Various sorts here. Let's see. Well, anyway, what I am going to do is colonize this territory here for trade goods, and theoretically they should reproduce, and then I could move them to cities or just leave them there. Now that city hit, and it's populated with mostly Bosporans. They should promote rather quickly. Alright, the PI has topped out again. We make quite a bit. Much along the lines of this Thracian cities along the coast here. I think we're going to try to, yeah, I'm going to make another city, say, right here. And then we can migrate these pops from this area right there. We can take a 10 stability hit for 48 PI. Why not do it? Why not do it? We'll have another city. And then we'll take this PI. At this point, this road system here is essentially built. This guy needs to stand down, and we need to start banking the money that he has been spending for that wonder we're going to build. It'll take the Romans a little time to maneuver around here in the center, and that's where we'll get them. Right when they get in here, we'll somehow get them if and when they do strike. Yeah, that unit was spending about 5.5 gold, or costing that, as well as the road fee. I noticed that our god of fertility has no shrine, and I think we can build him one right here in this area. Let's see if we can do it. There, we've done it, and we can place some artifacts, I believe, in his temple. Well, 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 I seem to have stumbled across another, the statue of Mithras. We can place it in his temple there. Like that. Let's do it. So we have, I believe, increased the capacity of these areas. Let's see. We have done exactly that. Well, oftentimes you can find something in your supply here of relics that will augment the trade capacity, local trade routes or whatever, 15%, 10% or some such. We have some food modifiers, but we don't really make much food. Essentially, we import almost all of our food. Run highly negative. We're running, I believe we must have half of our routes here devoted to grain imports. So I need to find a something that's going to augment my trade capacity. Either that, or I can just break down here and build some marketplaces, I suppose. But that's not, again, getting us any closer to that wonder I keep wanting to build. Nor is creating or moving pops into this newly increased capacity here. So there's maybe 100 pops that need to end up here, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait, and maybe they'll grow into it or something. Boom, we have a breakthrough here. Minor addendum as well. Why not do it? I think we will. We're going to go down here and take this, as well as more PI and loyalty of characters right there. We have a new Basilius, I believe. Our legitimacy is dropped. It's only going up by 0.06. It should be going up by 0.26, so I'm going to adjust that as warranted. I'm just going to eyeball it, really. We are building here. Going to surround the sea with cities. The food is slightly negative, but we can cancel a few of these and then import some grain. I've stopped importing so much from Egypt, as I believe we may have fueled their expansionism. So I'll stop that activity and maybe get Carthage as well. And I've taken all I can. So Moria here, we'll have some from them. We are running out of aggressive expansion. I built another city up here to take some of our PI off. If we attack here, we have a claim. He's allied with a small city-state here. We can take him out as well. And it should all be relatively easy. And let's see if we can. I'm going to hire this merc and have him aid in the effort. And get him on board the ship once he's up to morale. And we'll do it. Alright, we should be able to attack. And we'll. I'm going to drop one of these legions here to his capital. We'll have this merc attack there, and then we'll deploy the other taxis or army off to the city-state. Well, that was quick. That siege dropped. What's the level fort? There's no level fort. Okay. It takes a little bit of money, some popularity. This is clearly out to have that. The only problem is we need to create more tyranny here, so we'll just smear a couple of reputations. Boom, that siege fell. This other siege fell before the might of this merc. We'll just hold that area down. We have, we can get 5 legitimacy or 20. We don't really need the 20, as theoretically we have the law that gives us 0.20, so I'm going to take the 5 and then maybe adjust it up. I'm going to put an end to this last siege here. Boom. So that should do it. What happened here? There are more. Okay, so we can't get here no matter what we do, but this area here had to occupy before we could take this inland territory. We should be able to get 4 of the 5 here now. Or not? Well, it looks right. Had to manually do it, but it should work. It did. Okay, so here we are, ready to board our ship again. And I note that Thrace is in the midst of a civil war with itself. And we are nearly topped out on PI. So first we now border you, and we can fabricate a claim there. We have a singular claim, as we've been hoarding PI so as to build all of our cities here. And deify our rulers. We have 1 claim on either. It seems to be actionable in Cappadocia. And I note that the provenance of is right here in Cappadocia. Mostly controlled by Thrace proper. We barely border it, but we do border it. The capital of rebel Cappadocia must by definition be right here. As to whether we could summon a merc army and march here and capture it before the Thracians capture it, and then we'll be left without any sort of war goal, is questionable. This, the Thracian revolt, also is not affiliated with any of the vassals. In theory, this is the area that we want. As, let's see if Thrace has any. There's a Thracian city here, Thracian here, Thracian here, Thracian here, and we have a lot of pops mulling about in this area that have just been waiting to urbanize or migrate to a city, and I think this may be their opportunity. There's a lot of action that can come from these city-states and such in this area, and a lot of ravaging that can happen from levies from each of these city-states or the Thracian levies, etc. There are some here. Looks as though this is a merc. If we war with them, we can steal the merc. But first, we would want to hire our maximum merc capacity and then steal this guy. That sounds like a real good plan, actually. We have a fair clip of money. This is, again, not getting us any closer to our wonder, but it sounds fun and manageable, as well as we can probably recoup the funding if we were to raise this capital, and we get a build cost reduction as well. So, I'm going to hire some mercs, or find some mercs, declare the war, and see about stealing this guy here as well. Alright, I hired a merc here. I'm going to have him go down and see if he can siege down this provincial capital. As the war goal is in Cappadocia, and we have really no one about that area, it's pretty deep to get to it. I hired a fat merc, a reasonably large merc here, 10. And then this guy here with we do heavy cav very well with the Persian traditions. And she's very good at what she does as well with the 13. Let's see if we... that looks like it's going to work. So, what are we going to do here? Maybe we'll just wait and declare the war and see where these guys should go. I don't want to move them as yet. I'm going to declare war on Thrace proper. Let's make sure this is Origami, just these guys up in this area right here. The same area there right here. What is that? Looks like this combatant here as well. North Phoenicia. North Phoenicia indeed. There they are. Okay, so no majors. Let's do it. Right now. So let's see about stealing this merc away. And checking to see the status of whatever it is that goes on. Who is this? This guy is a combatant, right? We'll find out shortly. He is. That leaves this unit and the Thracian Navy. I don't want to tangle with the Thracian Navy, really. So we will just leave that be. We'll head right down here to this capital. That leaves us looking for a resolution here. Boom! And de-exile that unit. Where we're going to de-exile him is the question. I suppose it has to be right here. Let's see if we can get some access. We can. So we can de-exile him and then head for this area or his capital. I also note that we have the levies would be nice, but there are just none available of any means outside the steppe. There's like a 3-stack in Moesia, but we'll keep them just in case there are any breakouts. But there is something in Sarmatica Europea here, due to Olbia and company there. It's a fairly decent levy, and we can... This guy essentially doesn't really do martial really all that well. He's a 1. But there is a minor character who's loyal from all the innovations we have. He's primary culture. So why not plop him down? And then we'll summon up a levy. And it'll be led by Mr. 12 there. And we will send that down to the Thracian capital here. We've met a couple of these levies here from the city-states. We should win. Can this occupation be done more efficiently? It can, but we're going to stick together in a large stack here and hopefully pick off these guys as they come. Could these mercs wait for full morale before proceeding here? Yeah, but I'm afraid the revolt is going to steal my war goal, and then where will I be? As we stack wiped this entire army here, captured them, and we're going to go and try to hunt this this guy down as well. I think there is a levy or something here, not particularly good at what he does. I think we have levies available here. The question is, how good is this guy at martial? He's not bad. I bet we could get better though with her. Let's see if we can do that like so. And let's see if we can... We probably should have waited to try to catch that guy by surprise. Oh well. I note there's a a siege going on in the capital of my province here. We need to file a claim here immediately on the Thracian revolt as well, so we can declare war on them and take our war goal against Thrace. So it's going to be pointless heading here as there's a siege ongoing. We'll just head right up here, not worry, and we'll take this territory as well. We're going to need more tyranny. We need to get this aggressive expansion down to 0. I think we're probably going to peace out with one before the next, and it's probably going to be a very, very long series of wars. So along those lines, let's see if we can get a little bit more aggressive expansion burn and still maintain high loyalties for our characters. They should... Yeah. I was sieging this capital. I caught this guy or chased him down. Here we should hopefully stack wipe him. That would be glorious. We've done it. It looks to be a migration of light infantry here on the prowl. I think it's this these guys here. And well, I think I know where they're going as well. Let's see if we can dispatch these light infantry. We caught him out here. It's going to be ugly for him. Well. It looks as though this guy has just sent us a peace offering, and we won't have to chase him down. Hopefully the revolt will still be ongoing, and we can declare war on it as well. So quite a few territories. Let's see if we have this area here. It's nice. This area. Various other areas. This area here. Let's take it. Let's do it right now. We don't have to deal with any of this madness. Our war goal was under siege by the enemy, so we are now at peace, and we have a fair clip of aggressive expansion. We can stand down our mercs and carry on with building. Alright, I think that'll do it. A little short for the episode, about 24-5 minutes. Just going to secure these territories, aka move Pops to the capital territory. Build a theater there and just let it sit. It's probably disloyal, but mildly so. I'm going to repeat that process throughout. Bank some money. I stood down all the levies and mercs, and we are banking 90, 91 or thereabouts. I'm going to let some time pass in between episodes. Maybe this claim will action, and who knows, maybe we'll declare on the Thracian revolt as well. It looks as though... I don't know. I think that could be workable. We'll end up with quite a lot of aggressive expansion, but we can just mull about and build, as we have quite a bit of PI in our quest to surround the our sea here, the Torrican Sea, with cities is ever so closer to being achieved. I hope to see you in the next episode.